Welcome back to Whisky. I'm Josh.
I'm Keith.
And I'm Eric.
And today we're doing our first ever budget rye brawl. Joyce, tell us about our competitors today.
Prepare for the ultimate rye whiskey showdown. Today, 4 competitors will compete for the honor of the best rye for your wallet. In the first corner, coming in at $23 and weighing in at 81 proof, Wild Turkey Rye. In the second corner, coming in at $22 and weighing in at 86 proof, Old Overholt Rye. In the third corner, coming in at $22 and weighing in at 90 proof, Rebel Rye. And in the fourth corner, coming in at $16 and weighing in at 90 proof, Ezra Brooks Rye. The crowd are favoring Wild Turkey and Old Overholt in this matchup with a 53 and 30% of the votes respectively. Who will triumph in this epic challenge of budget rye whiskeys? Let's brawl!
All right, thanks, Joyce. Let's go ahead and dive into Glass A. I'll be honest, on the first whiff of this nose, you could have fooled me saying this is a bourbon.
No, I'm getting some rye notes now.
Yeah, but like the first whiff was like
I would have believed this was just a
heavy rye bourbon.
heavy rye bourbon.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
going for a sip.
Yeah, there's all the good rye notes.
There's a few. But I still could be convinced this was a bourbon.
It's kind of tangy at the end.
I mean, I could be convinced it's a bourbon, but
Well, I should clarify that. I probably would have assumed bourbon at first.
yeah, but I don't tend to go to rye as an option at first. Usually it's like I've sorted out it's on this side of the ocean or that side of the ocean.
Sure.
Is it this side of the border or that side of the border? Now I'm going to figure out, is it rye or is it bourbon or is it what have you?
Sure. Glass B?
Glass B?
This one smells sweeter. The other one had like a lot of good notes. This one also smells sweeter and a little more fruity.
It does definitely smell sweeter and fruity, like juicier.
Peachy.
Not my fruit of choice here, but yeah, I can understand that.
Not your fruit of choices and you don't like that fruit, or not your fruit of choices and that's
That's
all
a-
you're picking up?
That's not what I would pick out. Yeah.
Okay.
I would probably pick up more of a juicy cherry.
So I was getting like an apple.
Smells good though. 100%. I like the taste of the finish, but the finish was thinner.
A lot of oak spice.
Yeah. I want to say even like almost like a oaky like graham cracker finish, but still thin though.
Oh, I'm ready to move on to C.
Yep.
Oh, whew.
Ooh.
That's a rye.
Pleasantly musty.
Usually the nose notes that lead me to rye are like the eucalyptus and the herbally notes.
Like a grassy, herbally note, yeah.
Yeah. I get a little bit of that, but this just smells different.
Oh, see, this to me is like, it's very plant mattery.
A little bit of Sharpie too. So it's clearly a rye, but that mouth is way thinner.
Very clovey.
In a good way?
Yeah, I mean, I like cloves. It's gives a good finish to it. And on to D.
I'd say more rye than the first two.
See, I disagree. I think this is bland. I'm not getting as much bourbon note, but I'm not getting as much note.
No, agreed. It's definitely less rye and flavorful than C. You guys are going for a taste of it.
I am getting a lot of cocoa on the nose.
I like the flavor of that one more than I like C's flavor.
Like almost Cocoa Puffs.
All right, well, we just went A through D. We're going to take a small break. We're going to have some water, reset our palates, and then go D through A. While we're doing that, leave a comment down below which whiskey do you think is going to win. If you have a whiskey you want us to try, go ahead and hit the thanks button. Leave at least an amount of $25 or more, and leave a comment with that thanks of which whiskey you want, and we'll do our best to get it on the show. All right, well, we're back. We've let our palates reset. Let's go ahead and go with D. Dang it.
Dang it, what?
I just got
you like it better? You've got a note you don't like?
I know I don't like. Mm-hmm. You know how last time I said foot
No.
on Power's Irish Rye? Okay, well, this time I got toe jam.
I was getting this note that I could not place. It's not toe jam.
Okay.
It's earwax.
Earwax. Let's go for a sip. It tastes fine, though.
Yeah, it tastes fine.
I'm not getting that cocoa note.
There is like a slight note of like mud.
Glassy. That's
like
very
that.
herbally now.
Which I think this one was the most herbally the first time through too.
Yes, but it's even increased.
Now it's even more herbally.
I'm getting a slightly sweet cotton candy note.
Yeah, I'm getting like eucalyptus, herbal, definitely some plant matter.
I'm getting that, but the cotton candy is like underlying.
I'm definitely, again, like, I would put this in my pot roast.
Yeah, okay.
Like rosemary?
Ooh, that's good on the palate. Not a ton of those herbal notes. It's much lighter on the herbal notes than I would was anticipated.
It's still thinner than I would like it to be.
Yeah. On to glass B.
I said ooh at first. I was like, because I got like a chocolate note, and it turned into like a leftover beer in a beer can.
Non-alcoholic Guinness, which is just a waste.
It's a good prank though.
It's a good prank.
I'm getting dry white wine.
I could see,
that. Yeah. It's definitely the most like pokey, spicy one, I think.
And interesting on the finish, it's like getting little jabs on my taste buds one at a time, as if it's getting poked, like it dipped it with a toothpick, and then I'm poking my mouth with the toothpick. Let's go on to glass A.
This one has a smell that I'm trying to remind. It's triggering childhood memories, but I don't know what that is.
I'm getting popcorn.
It's like a sweet musky note.
Yeah, I'm getting like popcorn and like sweet tarts. What it reminds me of is the theater in Cochranton.
I'm getting like watermelon sour gummies.
I could see that.
Yeah, that definitely relates to the...
Definitely the sour gummy part. I don't know about the watermelon necessarily, but...
Well, I mean like the watermelon wedges or...
Oh, yeah.
I was seeing like Sour Patch Kids at the Iris.
I was got Sour Patch Kids. Mix them right in my popcorn. A and B, I get a lot less rye notes.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing necessarily.
Not necessarily, no. With that, we're actually going to break off and do our own thing for a little bit. Get these into our own rankings. We'll compare notes, come out with a final list of who's in which spot, and then we'll come back to you with results. We're back with results, and let's just jump into them. Coming in last place for us is Glass D. Glass D was Wild Turkey 81. I'm wondering if it's just because it's the lowest proof of all of them.
That could be.
And this one comes in at $23. Actually, is our most expensive.
Yeah, okay. Good choice. I'd get something else.
Coming in third place was Glass B. Glass B was Old Overholt. 86 proof, 4-year age dated, non-chill filtered. That one comes in at $22. Coming in second place was Glass A. Glass A was Ezra Brooks Rye, which is a 90 proof bourbon.
Not bourbon.
Rye, sorry, 90 proof rye. It comes in at $16.
Yeah, for $16, that's a great buy.
Which then leaves our first place winner, Rebel Rye, also 90 proof.
So the higher proof did.
They did win. Well, let's mention something else though. These both come from Lex Row. Both are 2-year age dated. Both are 90 proof. Both are being sourced from MGP. When we talked about, I think one of these singles of Rebel Rye, we talked about how I actually don't know what the difference is between these two. It's not clear on which mash bill each one's using. Based on what we just did today, because I actually haven't compared these two head to head, I would have to guess that one of these is the 51% rye mash bill from MGP, and one of these is, by one I mean the Rebel Rye, is likely the 95.5 rye. Rebel was definitely way more rye intense.
Oh, yeah, it was way more rye intense. So we know one of these is 51% rye, the other one's 95%.
We don't know that for sure, actually.
Oh, okay.
They might be the same mash bill. It could be the exact same whiskey. But based on what we just did...
No,
they can't
these are not the same whiskey.
Not
right
at all.
That's the results. Let's go ahead and mix these up for the toast. If you disagree with our results, just leave a comment down below saying as such. And until next time, may the winds of fortune sail you.
May you sail a gentle sea.
May it always be the other guy who says,
This drink's on me.